Thank you very much. Thank you for the question, William. Very, very pleased to be updating the public on the EDC, the Economic Development Council, which is the government's official mechanism for public-private dialogue. And so, what it essentially is a public-private advisory body to the Prime Minister and government that really guides, different reform initiatives that are geared towards improving government service delivery for a better, ability to do legal business in Belize. It's extremely exciting and hopeful to have an administration that is this pro-business, that is this, they've come in on a mandate of change and reform. And so it's a great opportunity to really drive and deliver on some of the very mature and advanced efforts that have been made. I think what's perhaps the most visible is the commitment to roll out e-governance principles and to digitize public services, and that's tremendously important now more than ever, and forevermore, because we must adapt and we must change. We must continue business as government in order to be able to, at the end of the day, collect revenue from the tax-paying private sector. And so there's that commitment, which is exceptionally hopeful. Of course, what we need to do when we say that we're digitizing public services is, really, process reengineering to begin with, to shorten steps, to eliminate unnecessary steps, to update the legislation to enable certain things to happen so that there's legal cover and rights and protections all around.
I just want to highlight that in the sense of the doing business, when we talk about the starting a business process and the 75 paper-based manual process, we're really talking from the inception of a business, as Ishmael said, registering a business, all the way down to actually operationalizing that business. So how do you get the business in registering for trade license? Because you need a trade license to operate, right? So that's also a part of starting a business process chain. At this point, we are tackling the first, I would say, chain, piece of the chain, really and truly. When you're looking at how do you register a business, we're hoping to be able to bring down what is now, as it stands, only a 9 process application to maybe a 4 process. So we're taking it down to 50%. The hope and the vision is, of course, to take us to further than that and to one day arrive at where our Caribbean fellows are, which is like Jamaica, who are at 2 steps, 2 steps half a day. That's all it takes for them to register a business. So that's the goal, that's the vision. But of course, we'll get there in steps. And part of that is also digitizing the other pieces of that chain so that we can get there.
It's interesting that it's only been a couple years since we've begun a couple projects that I was reminded that innovation doesn't necessarily mean mobile phones and technology or digital, the digital world. It simply means doing things differently. That is what it means to innovate. And so the whole, work that we do in pushing better ways of doing things to become more efficient, and it could just be shortening the steps or reconfiguring the processes, that is innovation, because it's just doing something in a different way that's meant to produce a better result. And so, starting off with that, on the word innovation and what it means, it really should set the stage. Inevitably, nowadays, innovation does, connotate using digital technology, and it's undeniable that digital skills are important and will be more important for our labor force, for our youth, for everybody, especially including government. Um, and as you can see, we've been able to really run with and successfully implement a number of different project initiatives and reform activities. And at the core of it is always innovation, finding a better way to do things. And we do have a specific project that's also Compete Caribbean IDP funded, that looks directly at innovation in the digital context. So I'll ask Alexia to give you the background on that.
As he rightfully said, innovation is about thinking how to do things differently. It's about taking an idea and taking action. And it involves, I would say, two key pillars, science and technology. Technology is a tool for innovation. It's not the end result. The innovation aspect is the end result. That's the goal. But how do we get there? You need science. Many of us, when we talk about science, we think about engineering, we think about biology, chemistry, but in fact, science is just the study of your natural surroundings, the way I walk, the way my body functions, etc. So how do you use that body of knowledge and you combine it with technology to get actual solutions that solve societal problems? That is innovation. Those are the pillars, and that's how we interconnect science, technology, and innovation.